Right now at 6 o'clock,
Welcome to Alcatraz.
one of the Bay Area's biggest tourist attractions is back open and packed despite the government shutdown. But it wasn't entirely smooth sailing.
So, of course, we already had a premonition there would be a problem.
We hop on a ferry to see how things are running on Alcatraz, plus what's working and what's not with San Francisco's downtown rebound.
We have work to do, but we are moving in the right direction.
Our Max Darrow walks the streets with the mayor and other local leaders to ask how they're making sure the city's moving in the right direction. And later, we'll take you inside a unique lowrider in Oakland.
It's do front and back, it's do side to side.
How it's reflecting a change for a police department that used to target cars just like it.
We was needed something to bridge the police and the community.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Hi there, I'm Sarah Donchie. Juliette Goodrich has the night off tonight. Day 3 of the government shutdown, and the impact, not to mention public frustration, is growing by the day. And we are heading into the weekend with no progress from Congress. Dueling budget resolutions, one from Democrats, one from Republicans, both failed again today. The good news, though, here in the Bay Area, something reopened today. Alcatraz was filled with tourists again after a couple of days of confusing closures and even a late start this morning. Our Suji Nam took one of the ferries out to the island today. She joins us live now from Pier 33. Suji, it seemed pretty crowded on those boats today.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. And off camera today, I talked to a park ranger who tells me they've been seeing more people today because of the many rescheduled trips from yesterday. I mean, take a look at this line right behind me. We are in the 6 o'clock hour, and so many people are waiting in line to hop on that ferry. And even earlier today, I booked a 12 p.m. ferry and was in line for about 30 minutes waiting to board. But there was such a long line that many of us that were ticketed for noon got on the next departure time at 12:30. And on that boat, I caught up with one family from Connecticut who also had some scheduling mishaps.
So we have a plan.
Success at last for Nancy Bowden and her partner from Connecticut.
This is our third and finally successful attempt to get out to Alcatraz.
She's in town for the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival and booked a trip to Alcatraz Island. But with the government shutdown, Nancy was unsure how their day would pan out.
We already had a premonition there would be a problem, but we didn't know until this morning, nor did the staff really, that we wouldn't be able to go at our scheduled 9:20 time.
A park ranger confirmed with us that the first boat was delayed to 10:35 Friday morning.
If you do not have a 12 o'clock ticket,
the line to board was packed, as many visitors had to reschedule their original times.
We were here once before trying to go to Alcatraz during another shutdown under President Obama.
But with better luck on Friday, Nancy eagerly stepped off the boat more than 2 hours later than she planned.
I guess happy because I wasn't going to try again. I figured three tries you're out.
Park rangers were standing by, greeting hundreds of visitors.
Welcome to Alcatraz. Bienvenidos. I'm Ranger Sienna. Thank you for coming out on this wonderful Friday.
While the rangers could not comment on camera, they said they are not short of staffing on Friday and that business is operating as usual. But for some visitors like Ingo Siebelts from Germany, it was a bit of a roller coaster.
We were a little bit angry about that because all the trip to San Francisco was arranged about the trip to Alcatraz.
Despite the government shutdown, it appears that Alcatraz will continue to keep its doors open for now. And for that, tourists like Nancy are thankful.
It's the kind of thing that is a piece of history during my lifetime that I did not know about, like so many things, I guess. I was born in '54, so almost all of that timeline on that board over there was during my lifetime.
It's still not officially clear why tours were shut down yesterday. I did reach out to Alcatraz City Cruises for comment and have not yet heard back. But Sarah, at the end of the day, despite all the chaos of rescheduling, many of the tourists that I've talked to say they're very grateful that they're able to take that ferry and go do all the touristy things here in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we take it for granted. Obviously, it's more of like a field trip situation for a lot of us, but people wait a long time to do this. So, Suji, thank you for letting us know what's going on. We appreciate it. Congressman Jimmy Panetta met with furloughed federal workers this afternoon impacted by the government shutdown. He held a roundtable in San Jose to hear their concerns as they continue to work without pay indefinitely Panetta says his Republican colleagues must work with Democrats on a new spending bill to reopen the government.
We need to be able to negotiate and protect the issues with the one big beautiful bill and how it cuts our health care. We need to be able to fight these high costs that everybody across this country is experiencing because of this president's tariffs.
Republicans commit to continue the work that we've already been doing and demonstrating to bring down costs and improve quality of care. We are committed to that, and we will do whatever is necessary to make it happen.
So there are no votes scheduled this weekend in the Senate, which is important given the timeline of all this. And House Speaker Mike Johnson canceled plans to have the House return to Washington next week. We are, of course, following many of the local impacts of this government shutdown and the latest developments in Washington. You can find updates anytime on our website, kpix.com, and streaming on the free CBS News app. We are getting our first look at how San Francisco's new speed cameras are working since the city started issuing fines. 56 cameras went up in spring. Tickets only started going out in August, though. The SFMTA released some new numbers from the month of August that show the speed cameras issued citations to more than 16,000 drivers. Now, if paid in full, those fines add up to more than $1 million. The city says the cameras have caused a shift in driver behavior already. We heard from one San Francisco driver in Crocker, Amazon, who admits she's been caught by these cameras.
We notice the speed cameras because we get notices at our houses that we've been warned. And then once you know where the camera is, I do feel like there's a change in speed.
City officials say they are going to keep tracking the data closely. If this trend holds, cameras could change locations to fix other hotspot areas in the future. Well, today, San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie and Assemblymember Matt Haney led a walk through Union Square to talk about the downtown recovery progress and challenges. Our Max Darrow was given exclusive access to join them on that walk and learn more about what is working and what they say needs some improvement.
Okay. Yeah, so that's great. Nintendo's been great.
As they walked through Union Square, Mayor Daniel Lurie and Assemblymember Matt Haney celebrated the wins when it comes to bringing the area back to life and looked for progress reports on next steps from business, economic, and community benefit district leaders.
What's the plan for the other?
Many of whom joined them for the walk, as well as several supervisors. Haney is on a statewide tour of downtowns trying to figure out how they can best recover post-pandemic. Lurie just recently announced his Heart of the City initiative, a multi-pronged approach to revitalizing downtown with the help of private funding.
San Francisco's on the rise. So there's more people leasing space than leaving space for the first time in 6 or 7 years. Crime is down 40% in this part of San Francisco, in downtown.
But there are still a lot of empty storefronts. A Cushman Wakefield report reveals the Q2 retail vacancy rate in Union Square was 23%.
One of the spots in particular is Powell Street. As we look right here, vacancy, 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 vacancy. Yep. I know this particular corridor is one you're hoping to change. How is that going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to happen by being relentless and by winning companies and retailers back to San Francisco, which is what we're doing.
Lurie points towards bigger businesses opening up, like Zara, and smaller ones, like Dandelion Chocolate, which opened a Union Square location on Friday.
2, 1.
Haney says downtown recovery in San Francisco and elsewhere does hinge upon the city and state eliminating red tape that disincentivizes businesses.
We shouldn't be getting in our own way by making things more expensive and more time consuming. Everything needs to be about speed and flexibility at a time when we're experiencing these challenges.
And he argues that's happening.
We're doing our part, changing our laws around CEQA, making sure there's a by right ability to do adaptive reuse, to change office space to housing. And the city is doing their part as well. And businesses are feeling it, and you're already starting to see the difference.
There is a challenge, however, that cannot be quantified.
Making sure that the perception meets the reality.
I am as frustrated as anybody about some of the street conditions that we have in different parts of downtown. We have to do better.
So you talk about it's not acceptable and we need to do better, but how? How do we actually do better?
First, it starts with public safety. So we have to recruit more police officers. We have a net increase in SFPD for the first time in 7 years. We have a net increase in sheriff's deputies for the first time in 10 years.
From their standpoints, the downtown prognosis is good.
We have work to do, but we are moving in the right direction.
And momentum will continue with the city and state working in tandem.
So as Max mentioned, Dandelion Chocolates opened a location at Powell and O'Farrell today. That's right in the middle of Union Square. Here's what the COO had to say.
We're proud to continue investing in the city we love, sharing our chocolate with both locals and visitors alike, and contributing to the vibrancy of our neighborhoods.
So next month, through the Vacant to Vibrant program, the intersection of art and technology will open its event space nonprofit headquarters on Powell. That will mark the 5th Union Square pop-up to fill a vacant storefront this year and the 33rd pop-up citywide. A homicide investigation is underway in Santa Rosa. Police say a driver found a man's body on the road early this morning. This happened on Brookwood Avenue, not far from the Sonoma County Fairgrounds. Police say they got the call just before 6:30 this morning. Officers shut down part of Brookwood to look for evidence. They say the adult man was found with a gunshot wound and was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say they don't think there is a threat to the community beyond this. No word on the identity of the victim or of any suspects. Still ahead here at 6, new charges for pro-Palestinian activists arrested during a takeover of the Stanford president's office, how it'll speed up the process of getting them to trial. Plus, we'll meet the man who created this special lowrider, how the car is credited with bringing Oakland police closer to the community they serve.
They didn't like lowriders. They were hating into lowriders. And then they found themselves with one.
And Rite Aid suddenly shuts down every single store nationwide. We'll tell you how to find out where your prescription might have ended up. We're getting some new information just in about an East Bay police chase that started in Fremont and ended up in a crash in San Leandro. 4 suspects were arrested. Fremont police say the suspects were involved in a robbery outside of a local bank this afternoon, and then they drove away. The victim of the robbery reported the getaway car to police. Officers found the car, tried to stop it, but they say the suspects drove off down I-880 until they crashed outside of Mel's Tires in San Leandro. They then attempted to get away on foot, but police quickly arrested them. The department also said the car was involved in a crash on the highway and a crash on the streets. A Monday court date has been set for 11 pro-Palestine activists charged with breaking in and taking over the office of the Stanford University president. A grand jury indicted the 11 for felony trespassing and vandalism. They're accused of causing up to $1 million in damage. Last June, they took over the president's office, demanding the university divest from ventures that support the Israeli military. Santa Clara County's district attorney said their protest crossed a line, but CARE says these prosecutions reflect a disturbing pattern of attempting to silence pro-Palestine anti-genocide voices through intimidation. They are calling for the charges to be dropped. And tonight on the CBS Evening News, potential for major progress in peace talks between Israel and Hamas. The latest on Hamas's response to a proposal that includes releasing all remaining hostages. That's coming up at 6:30. Rite Aid is closing all of its stores after it filed for bankruptcy earlier this year. The national pharmacy chain filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in May. As part of its bankruptcy plan, Rite Aid announced the closures on their website. This is what the homepage looks like right now. Patient prescriptions are being transitioned to other pharmacies like CVS, Walgreens, or Albertsons. There is a link on the homepage of that website if you need to track down yours. Rite Aid also auctioned off its popular in-house ice cream brand in June for $19.2 million. All right, we are right in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Month, and today we want to take you for a ride through a unique part of Hispanic culture in the U.S. Lowriding was illegal in California in the 1980s, putting it at odds with police departments across the Bay Area. But in Oakland, that clash took a new turn that sparked a cultural shift. Kevin Coe shows us how.
This car is designed with 10 switches. It do front and back, it do side to side, it do a pancake. It do a lot of stuff.
Jose Cheo Ortiz has been lowriding for decades, but there isn't another 1991 Ford Crown Victoria that means more to him and Oakland than this.
It was an officer that got killed in the line of duty.
In 1994, Oakland police officer Miguel Soto was shot and killed. In that same year, Ortiz renovated the fallen officer's patrol car at the request of OPD.
We was needed something to bridge the police and the community and the use of the community, and it was the perfect tool.
The OPD lowrider is often at car shows, schools, and Bay Area events. It's a stark contrast from the 80s, when Oakland police often targeted lowriders.
So it's more easy now to deal with the OPD versus 31 years ago. 31 years ago, I don't know why I'm still alive, because, I was the most hated guy over here through the department.
For those of us growing up here in Oakland, East Oakland, we certainly know lowriders. And it's a positive for the police and the fire department.
Oakland City Council member Noel Gallo says the OPD lowrider sparked some initial controversy, but soon became something other departments wanted for themselves. In 1995, Ortiz renovated this 1986 Chevy Caprice Classic into the Oakland Fire Department's official lowrider. Since then, he's helped build more than 26 lowriders for police and fire departments nationwide.
31 years ago, the police officer of Oakland, they didn't like lowriders. They were hating into lowriders. And then they found themselves with one, their own one. OPD needs to be part of the community. And they proved themselves.
Be sure to watch our 30-minute special, Una Familia, airing on Thursday, October 16th at 7:30 p.m.
A return to mostly clear skies across the Bay Area this evening. Just a few clouds in the distance as we look out at San Jose, where temperatures barely crack 70 degrees today, running a good 7 or 8 degrees below average. But we're going to climb back to normal October temperatures tomorrow. We'll see how long that lasts coming up with the First Alert forecast.
All right, so this rain was nice. We kind of needed it. I was just telling you that last night when we were all leaving here, I caught like a strong little cell.
Yeah, just the last gasp. The storm system produced a couple of showers in the North Bay this afternoon. They kind of fell apart over the last few hours. So that's it for the rain chances for a little while, which means we get to enjoy a dry weekend. Let's take a look at what you need to know as we head into the upcoming weekend. This is the view from San Jose. We showed you a little bit earlier. This is the view from San Francisco, the Mark Hopkins Hotel, showing mostly clear skies right now. And mostly clear skies this time of year means temperatures overnight are going to drop off pretty quickly. We're going to see a few 40s on the map by early tomorrow morning. But that's normal for this time of year. Back to just normal temperatures in the mornings and afternoons as we head through the weekend with plenty of sunshine, even at the coast. A gradual cooling trend does kick in next week, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But the next shower chance doesn't arrive until Friday of next week, and more likely Friday night. You're also going to notice a decrease in the amount of moisture in the air. It has felt muggy off and on for the past couple of weeks, but specifically the past several days. It's been the fuel for those scattered showers, but now on the muggy meter, we have dropped from the either noticeable or flat out muggy category all the way down to comfortable and even refreshing as we head into the weekend. It's what we're used to in the Bay Area. Eventually, there will be enough moisture to feed that chance of showers that heads our way Friday into Friday night of next week. We're still lower than the 50-50 line on the rain chance chart, so we're going to continue to evaluate that as we get through the next several days. But a good 6-day stretch of dry weather about to kick in just in time for the weekend. Looking outside from Salesforce Tower, a couple clouds in the distance, but nothing threatening there. Temperatures retreating to the 60s for most of the Bay Area, but still holding on to 71 degrees in Santa Rosa and in Concord. We'll see warmer readings across the Bay Area tomorrow, but it's not going to be hot, so that's good dog walking weather for an adoptable dog in the dog walking forecast. I don't think he's going to be available very long, just based on one look at that face. Bender is available from the East County Animal Shelter in Dublin, where temperatures are going to reach up into the upper half of the 70s, but that's just pleasantly warm, and we're going to see plenty of that sunshine throughout the day. I'll put up a link to his adoptable information just as soon as this weathercast is over. Let's take a look at what's going to be in store for us as we look through the next couple of days. We'll start with the fog simulation as we head through the rest of tonight. We're going to track some of that fog developing along the coast, but there's not going to be a lot of it. Futurecast indicates a little bit in the Oakland Hills by tomorrow morning, but again, this is not going to be a major factor for Saturday. It's not going to significantly slow down the warm-up that's going to kick in, and we're going to see temperatures rising up quickly as we head through the day back to normal high temperatures during the afternoon. What does that mean? Well, a mix of 70s and 80s inland. Temperatures reaching up to the upper 70s in San Jose, near 80 degrees around Morgan Hill. A mix of upper 70s and low 80s east of the Oakland Hills, but even the hot spots, Fairfield, Antioch, Brentwood, 82, 83 degrees. We can handle that, especially if you think back a year ago when we were around 100-degree high temperatures inland. This is better. Temperatures in the 70s around the bay, 60s at the coast, mid to upper 70s, close to 80 degrees for some of the warmest spots in the North Bay. but falling just short in both Santa Rosa and in Healdsburg by tomorrow afternoon. Here's the 7-day forecast. It does show the continuation of that normal temperature pattern for the first couple days of next week, but then we drop back a little bit, only by about 5-6 degrees by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with showers. We'll put them in the forecast at this point on Friday, most likely late in the day. But when you're talking about the last day of the 7-day forecast, we can't be too confident in the timing of that just yet. It does not look like it would be a substantial rainmaker, but hey, every chance of showers in the month of October, it definitely counts. Bayside temperatures will retreat as well by Thursday and Friday of next week. No big changes at the coast, but you are going to see plenty of sunshine, even for coastal parts of the Bay Area through the weekend and through most of next week. And I know that pleases you.
Yes. How did you know?
A solar-powered personality.
Yes. All right, Paul, thank you. When we come back, we'll meet some of the Swifties that flocked to the theater to celebrate Taylor Swift's new album. Taylor Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, is already breaking records. Spotify says it has shattered this year's record for the most streamed album in a single day. The Swiftie takeover does not stop at music. We were at the AMC over in Emeryville, where Taylor Swift fans lined up for the premiere of the release party of A Showgirl. It's a film that includes all 12 tracks from the album. It also includes a music video and behind-the-scenes footage, so you can imagine how excited some of these diehard fans were to see it.
What I really love about Taylor Swift is that she brings community together. So like to be able to sit in a room with other Swifties is really exciting.
The film is only in AMC theaters this weekend. This is Swift's 12th studio album and the first since she reclaimed ownership of all of her master recordings. The CBS Evening News is next on KPIX. Local news continues on our streaming service, CBS News Bay Area. We are back here in 30 minutes with CBS News Bay Area at 7. See you then.